Yo, it's Chris, and this is a review of the Ninjutso Sora V2. The mouse retails for $100, and including shipping, I paid around $114 in total. My hands measure 18.5 by 10 centimeters, and for my hand size, this mouse fits very well with two small, very subjective issues, which I will get into. The unboxing is nothing unique or special. The mouse comes with a braided USB-C cable that you absolutely need for charging the mouse because of its very slim charging port. It also comes with a 1 GHz dongle, and as of making of this video, the 8 GHz dongle is still not available for purchase. The mouse doesn't come with the skates pre-applied, so they add 2 pairs inside of the box, 1 pair smaller, 1 pair larger. It has a web-based driver, and it's nothing amazing, but it works. All I can say about it is it's not as customizable as I would like it to be, but that is about it. It's pretty cookie cutter for what it is, but at least it's web-based. I can't even lie, the shape of the Sora is so close to perfection. It's seriously so good with every grip style that I use, which would mainly be relaxed claw and occasional fingertip grip. Only complaints that I have are, like I said, very subjective. One issue is the side button placement, which is only an issue because of my thumb not being the longest, so I can't fully reach the front of the side button as well as I would like to, which isn't the end of the world. But the other issue are the slanted sides that force you into a certain grip, which takes a bit of getting used to, but still nothing compared to the Lamzo Atlantis. The Sora V2 is still considered a small mouse, as it is 119mm long, 60 wide, and 38mm tall, and the click height seems to be at around 7mm. It is advertised as weighing 39 grams without skates, but my unit actually comes at 38 grams with 4 dot skates applied. The mouse is using the Omron optical switches, which are my personal favorites. There are no doubt still optical switches, but they do feel nice, snappy, and very satisfying to press, and also very, very easy to spam click. They still without question blow any other optical switches out of the water. There is some pre and post travel, but honestly nothing crazy or noticeable in game whatsoever. You might only notice it if you click at the very end of the click. Overall, the clicks are very, very well tensioned and implemented. The left and right click each have these nice concave comfort grooves that I am a big fan of. There is a bit of side-to-side wobble, but again, nothing that I notice when actually using it. But anyways, here's the sound test. The scroll wheel has nicely defined notches, and it's not too hard to scroll, but the middle click feels a bit too hard to press for my liking. The ring has nice grooves, and it feels nice and grippy, and it's using the TTC 9mm encoder, which is a pretty popular and safe option. To absolutely nobody's surprise, these side buttons are using the Huano white dots that are apparently the go-to choice for every mouse manufacturer, which isn't a bad thing. I absolutely love the shape of the side buttons. They are spammable and easy to press. They have next to no pre-travel, but a noticeable amount of post-travel. I even saw videos of people being able to press their side buttons pretty much to the inside of the shell, which I can somewhat replicate if I press down very hard at the complete ends of the buttons, but this is more likely due to the material that they use, which leads me to my next topic. The mouse is made out of polycarbonate, which allows it to be this light and also have a solid shell. The material definitely flexes a lot more than anything that I've used, but it feels far from cheap. It feels very thin, but also very strong at the same time. It's seriously a very unique feeling that I hope more manufacturers will utilize. Compared to my other mice, this one feels almost hollow. If you told me that it was only a shell with no internals, I could honestly believe you. Weight balancing is also very good, so no complaints here. When it comes to the coating, it is the best that I have ever felt. This is exactly what I imagine when somebody says rubberized coating. It feels dry, but still very grippy and soft. A lot of people complain about the black version being a fingerprint magnet, but I've had no issues with it thus far. To be honest, nothing looks as gross as the black pulsar coating, so maybe I'm just desensitized. I didn't feel any need to use any grips at all since the mouse remained super grippy no matter if my hands were extremely dry or sweaty. And not once did I feel that it was going to slip out of my hands. The Sora V2 is using the Pixar 3395DM sensor, and they squeeze out all the performance they can. Even at 1 GHz, this mouse is a beast. If I miss a shot in game, which would be most of the time, I never felt like it's the fault of the mouse, so I only have myself to blame. And while the Sora is capable of going up to 8 GHz polling rate, you can't use it unless you have the 8K dongle, which is still not available 3 months after release. But roughly 2 weeks ago, they said that they would give an update regarding the dongle in a week, which didn't happen as far as I'm aware, but according to their Japanese Twitter, the internal testing is done and it should be releasing very, very soon. Overall, their marketing seems to be very misleading, and a lot of people fell for it, and even more people made Ninjutso aware of the fact that the mouse doesn't come with the 8K dongle included, as the website might lead you to believe, which as of making of this video is still not addressed on their website. The mouse has a 250 mAh battery, and when it comes to the battery performance, all I have to say is, oof. This thing lasts me maybe 6 days on the high speed setting with motion sync on, and maybe 3 days on competitive with motion sync off. It of course all depends on how much you use the mouse, but I won't lie, this still worries me because it looks like the mouse will maybe last a day at 4K and maybe a single Valorant match at 8K, which is a very strong maybe. Of course, this is all just speculation because we have no idea how it is in reality since we don't have access to the 8K dongle. But in my testing, it luckily charges from 0% to 100% in around 40-ish minutes. My mouse is from the second batch, and oh boy, let me tell you, there was a lot of paranoia around it. There seemed to be a lot of people with faulty units. Some people reported that their click stopped working, or that their right click would do an infinite click, which means that it repeatedly kept clicking as long as you held the key down. Some said that their mouse was only working wired, and some even said that their mouse died completely. Mix this with what Shroud said about the Sora, and you have a recipe for disaster. It got so bad that Ninjutso had to make a public tweet during a holiday time in China to address the situation. They reported that the issue is nowhere near as bad as people made it out to be, and there has only been 10 units affected out of the 1,500 that they shipped with batch 2. I won't lie, I was also pretty paranoid because out of the box, the left and right click felt completely different, which luckily fixed itself after maybe an hour or two of use and has remained the same since. I would be lying if I said that the Sora V2 is not worth your money. Let's be real, this mouse rivals the FINALMOUSE ULX, which is significantly more expensive, but unfortunately Ninjutso's transparency leaves a lot to be desired, and it's the only thing dragging this mouse down. I wholeheartedly hope that all of these things will be addressed in the future. This mouse blew up way beyond the enthusiast sphere, and now Ninjutso needs to learn that the casual consumer doesn't understand simple things such as that they need to apply skates to the bottom of the mouse. So the main question is, should you get one? Absolutely. If you're looking for an ultra lightweight mouse and your main grip is either claw or fingertip, you should seriously be looking at this mouse. Other than the battery life, I have no complaints at all. I have paid for it myself and I don't regret it whatsoever. I struggle to feel locked in with most mice that I try, but the Sora felt seriously great and a blast to use. I'm getting another mouse for review very soon, and I'm not gonna lie, it will be a struggle getting the Sora off my table, so I can absolutely recommend this mouse. If you have tried the Sora V2, please let me know in the comments what you thought about it or what other products you would like to see me cover. And if you've liked this review, please let me know by liking this video and subscribing. You can also click the notification bell to not miss any of my future uploads. So, anyways, that's it. See ya.
Good kill, bro.